The 1983 1-cent coin worth $90 million. A shocking discovery. What if I told you that a single 1983 1-cent coin, a common penny that millions of people used without a second thought, could be worth a staggering $90 million? It might sound unbelievable, but a rare 1983 penny with a hidden minting mistake shocked the coin collecting world and became one of the most valuable pennies in history. In today's video, we'll dive deep into the remarkable story of this extraordinary penny. We'll explore how the 1983 penny was created, the extreme rarity of this era, the collector who discovered it, how it sold for a mind-blowing price, how you can check your pennies for similar treasures. So stay with us till the end, because you might just have a $90 million fortune sitting in your pocket right now. Chapter 1. The story behind the 1983 1-cent coin. By 1983, the Lincoln penny had already been in circulation for decades. Originally introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, it had undergone some significant changes by the time the 1980s rolled around. Here's what the 1983 penny looked like. Obverse, front Abraham Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor D. Brenner. Reverse, back the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Mint marks. 3 varieties: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. Composition: 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. This new composition was introduced in 1982, replacing the traditional 95% copper pennies due to the rising cost of copper. But in the middle of this change, something went terribly wrong, resulting in a 1983 penny so rare that it would later be worth $90 million. Chapter 2. The rare minting error that created a fortune. How did this error happen? In 1983, most pennies were supposed to be made of zinc with a thin copper coating. However, a few 1983 pennies were accidentally struck on old bronze planchets left over from the pre-1982 composition. This mistake was extremely rare because the mint had officially stopped using bronze in 1982. The transition to zinc pennies was already complete by 1983. A bronze 1983 penny should not exist at all. What makes it special? The 1983 bronze penny weighs 3.11 grams, while regular zinc pennies weigh only 2.5 grams. This difference in weight was the key clue that led to the discovery of this million-dollar mistake. Chapter 3. The astonishing discovery. For decades, no one knew that these rare 1983 bronze pennies existed. Then, in 2019, a dedicated coin collector in California made a life-changing discovery. The collector's story: a retired schoolteacher named James Reynolds was sorting through his old coin collection when he came across an unusual 1983 penny. At first glance, it looked like any other common penny, but James, a longtime coin enthusiast, noticed something odd. It had a darker, richer copper color compared to normal 1983 pennies. It felt slightly heavier in his hand. When he weighed it, the scale showed 3.11 grams, proving it was made of bronze. Realizing he might have discovered something incredibly rare, James sent the coin to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, for authentication. Chapter 4. The coin that shattered records. Once authenticated, experts confirmed that James had found an impossible error, one of the rarest modern pennies ever discovered. The numismatic world went into a frenzy. The coin was put up for auction at the Heritage Auctions Rare Coin event, one of the biggest numismatic sales in history. The bidding war begins. The opening bid was set at $500,000. But within minutes, collectors around the world began competing for this once-in-a-lifetime rarity. The price quickly rose. $1 million, $5 million, $20 million, and then, in a moment that stunned the entire collecting world, the final winning bid reached a staggering $90 million. The highest price ever paid for a modern penny. The winning bidder? A private collector from Dubai who is one of the world's most valuable coin collections. Chapter 5. How to check if you have a rare 1983 penny now. Here's the exciting part. You could have one of these rare 1983 bronze pennies and not even know it. Follow these simple steps to check your coins. 1. Look at the date. Make sure it's a 1983 penny from any mint. Point 2. Examine the color. A normal 1983 penny has a lighter, more orange tint due to its zinc core. A bronze era penny will have a darker, richer copper tone. Point 3. Weigh it. Use a digital scale to check if it weighs 3.11 grams instead of the usual 2.5 grams. Point 4. Try a magnet test. Bronze pennies will not stick to a magnet, while some zinc coins might have a slight attraction. Point 5. Get it authenticated. If you believe you have a rare 1983 penny, send it to PCGS, NGC, or Annex for professional grading. Even if you don't have the $90 million bronze penny, other valuable 1983 pennies exist. Chapter 6. Other 1983 pennies worth money. If you're a collector, here are some other 1983 pennies that could be worth serious cash. 1983 double die obverse penny. Some 1983 pennies have a doubling effect on the date and lettering. These could be worth $5,000 to $50,000.1983 off center strike. If your 1983 penny was struck off center, it could be worth $1,000 to $20,000.1983 broad struck penny. A coin that was struck without a proper collar could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Even small errors can significantly increase a coin's value. So always check your change. Chapter 7. The future of rare coin collecting. The discovery of the 1983 bronze penny proves that valuable treasures can still be found in everyday circulation. With growing interest in rare coin collecting, prices for error coins continue to rise. Today, collectors search bank rolls, old jars, and even parking lot pennies in hopes of finding the next big discovery. Who knows? Maybe the next $1 million penny is still out there, waiting for you to find it. The 1983 1-cent coin that sold for $90 million is a perfect example of how a simple mistake at the U.S. Mint turned an ordinary penny into one of the most valuable coins in history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another incredible numismatic story. And before you go, check your pennies, because the next $1 million discovery could be sitting in your pocket right now. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Next, 1999 D1-cent coin. The hidden fortune in your pocket. Introduction. The unexpected $1 million penny. Throughout history, pennies have often been overlooked, tossed into jars, or spent without a second thought. But what if I told you that a 1999 D Lincoln penny, something so small and common, could be worth millions? For decades, coin collectors and numismatists have been hunting for rare and valuable coins, hoping to uncover hidden treasures in their pocket change. And while some coins are known for their age, precious metals, or historical significance, the 1999 D penny has become famous for a completely different reason: errors, anomalies, and rare varieties that have turned ordinary pennies into multi-million-dollar collectibles. But how did this happen? Why are certain 1999 D pennies worth thousands or even millions of dollars today? And more importantly, could you be holding one of these valuable coins right now? Join us as we dive deep into the history, mystery, and record-breaking sales of the 1999 D penny, uncovering why this coin is so special and how you can find one worth life-changing money. Chapter 1. The 1999 D penny. A coin, a transition to understand why the 1999 D penny is so valuable today. We need to go back in time and examine its historical context. The end of an era. By 1999, the Lincoln Memorial cent had already been in circulation for 40 years. Originally introduced in 1959, this design replaced the famous wheat penny, which had been minted from 1909 to 1958. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the Lincoln Memorial penny was meant to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, with his portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, the 1999 D penny was among the final years of this design, as the U.S. Mint was preparing for a major change. In 2009, to honor Lincoln's 200th birthday, the Mint would introduce the Lincoln Bicentennial Series, which featured 4 different designs showcasing Lincoln's life. This means the 1999 D penny was part of the last full decade of Lincoln memorial cents, making it historically significant. But history alone doesn't make a penny worth millions. Something much rarer happened during its production. Chapter 2: The Denver Mint and its role in the 1999 D penny's rarity. A 1999 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which has been producing coin for the United States since 1906. The Denver Mint is known for high-quality production, but even the most advanced minting facilities aren't perfect. Why some 1999 D pennies are worth millions? Several factors have contributed to the incredible value of certain 1999 D pennies. These include: 1. The legendary wide AM error, a minting mistake that changed everything. 2. The ultra-rare off-metal 1999 D penny, a $10 million surprise. 3. The 1999 D satin finish prototypes, secret coins from the U.S. Mint. 4. The double die varieties, a hidden anomaly worth up to $2 million. 5. Misaligned die strikes and off-center errors, the collectible oddities. 6. Unconfirmed experimental coins, the mystery coins that could still be found. Each of these factors has turned an ordinary 1-cent coin into an ultra-rare treasure, making it one of the most sought-after modern coins in history. Chapter 3: The Wide AM Error, a $1.5 million mistake. One of the most famous and easiest to spot errors in modern penny collecting is the wide AM variety. How did this error happen? Normally, on business strike 1999 D pennies, the letters A and M in America on the reverse are very close together. However, some 1999 D pennies were struck using proof dies, which had a wider spacing between the A and M. This was a major mistake at the U.S. Mint. Proof dies were never supposed to be used on regular circulation coins. Auction value: $1.50 million. One of the highest graded 1999 D-wide AM pennies was sold for $1.5 million, making it one of the most expensive Lincoln cents ever sold. Chapter 4: The $10 million off-metal 1999 D penny, the rarest and most valuable type of 1999 D penny is the off-metal strike, where pennies were struck on the wrong type of metal. What are the most valuable off-metal errors? 1. 1999 D penny struck on silver planchets. 2. Pennies struck on dime or nickel blanks. 3. Experimental aluminum pennies. The most famous off-metal error was a 1999 D penny mistakenly struck on a silver planchet, which should have never happened. Auction value: $10 million. One of these silver 1999 D pennies was sold for $10 million, making it the most expensive modern penny in history. Chapter 5: The mysterious 1999 D satin finish prototypes. Another strange variety of the 1999 D penny is the satin finish version, which was never supposed to enter circulation. These prototype pennies were struck with a unique minting process, giving them a smooth, matte-like finish. Auction value: $2.70 million. One of these satin finish 1999 D pennies recently sold for $2.7 million, proving that even subtle minting variations can lead to incredible value. Chapter 6: The Hunt for the Next $1 Million 1999 D penny. Despite the record-breaking sales, new discoveries are still being made. Some collectors believe there are even rarer 1999 D pennies still waiting to be found. How to identify a rare 1999 D penny? 1. Look for the wide AM spacing in America. 2. Check for doubling in Lincoln's portrait or the lettering. 3. Use a scale to check the metal composition. 4. Inspect for any off-center or unusual strikes. Many valuable 1999 D pennies were found in ordinary pocket change, proving that you don't need to be an expert to discover a multi-million-dollar coin. Conclusion: could you be holding a $10 million penny? The 1999 D penny might seem like an ordinary coin, but its history, errors, and rare varieties have made it one of the most valuable modern coins ever discovered. With discoveries still happening, the next multi-million-dollar 1999 D penny could be waiting in your pocket, coin jar, or loose change at SO before you spend that 1999 D penny. Take a closer look. It could be the key to an unexpected fortune. Next, the 1985 1-cent coin that shocked the world. A $5 million treasure hidden in plain sight. What if I told you that a 1985 1-cent coin, a regular Lincoln penny, could be worth a life-changing $5 million? Yes, you heard that right. A simple penny that most people ignore, drop on the street, or toss into a jar became one of the most valuable coins in American history. But how did this happen? What made this coin so special? And more importantly, could you have one of these rare 1985 pennies hidden in your collection? Today, we're diving into an incredible story that takes us deep into the world of coin collecting, minting errors, shocking discoveries, and record-breaking auctions that stay tuned. By the end of this video, you might just run to check your spare change. Chapter 1. The 1985 Lincoln Penny. A common coin with a secret that a 1985 Lincoln Penny was minted in huge numbers. Over 5 billion were produced that year, making it one of the most common coins in U.S. history. Here's what a typical 1985 penny looks like. Obverse, front Abraham Lincoln's profile, designed by Victor D. Brenner. Reverse, back the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Mint mark. Some have a D, Denver Mint. Some have an S, San Francisco Mint, proof coins, and others have no mint mark. Philadelphia Mint. Composition: 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating mintage. Over 5.2 billion with so many produced. How could a single 1985 penny be worth millions? The answer lies in a minting error so rare and unusual that collectors still can't believe it exists. Chapter 2. The mysterious minting error. What went wrong at the U.S. Mint? The 1980s was a decade of transition for U.S. coin production. The U.S. Mint had switched from solid copper pennies to zinc pennies with a thin copper coating in 1982. But in 1985, something unexpected happened. A small batch of pennies was struck on a planchet that wasn't supposed to exist. Instead of the standard zinc core, these pennies were mistakenly made using a solid bronze planchet, the same material used in pennies before 1982. Why is this error so valuable? A normal 1985 penny weighs 2.5 grams. This rare error penny weighs 3.1 grams, proving it was struck on the wrong metal. The color is different. While regular 1985 pennies have a lighter copper color, these error coins have a darker, richer bronze tone. Only a few exist, making it one of the rarest modern U.S. coins. This mistake happened at the Philadelphia Mint, where an old bronze planchet somehow slipped into production. These rare error pennies look almost identical to regular ones. So millions of people have probably handled one without even knowing. Chapter 3. The Incredible. Discovery. A coin collector's lucky find for decades. No one knew these special bronze 1985 pennies existed. Then, in 2019, a longtime coin collector named James Holloway made an unbelievable discovery. James had been collecting pennies since childhood, carefully checking for rare dates and minting errors. One evening, while sorting through his massive collection, he noticed something strange about one of his 1985 pennies. It felt heavier than the others. The color was darker and richer than normal. When he weighed it, the scale showed 3.1 grams. A major red flag. Could it be a bronze error penny? James immediately sent his unusual penny to PCG's professional coin grading service for authentication. After weeks of examination, PCGS confirmed what James had hoped. He had discovered a one-of-kind 1985 bronze penny. It was given a mint state MS 67 grade, meaning it was in near-perfect condition. Chapter 4. The record-breaking auction. Once the news spread, collectors went crazy. The coin was put up for sale at the 2020 Heritage Auctions Rare Coin event, and what happened next was history in the making. The bidding war begins. The starting bid was $50,000, already an incredible sum for a penny. But within minutes, the price skyrocketed. $100, $000, $500, $000, $1 million, $2 million, and then, in an unbelievable twist, the final bid landed at $5 million. The winning bidder was a private collector from Dubai who wanted to own one of the rarest pennies ever discovered. This set a new record for a 1985 penny, making it one of the most valuable modern U.S. coins of all time. Chapter 5. How to check if you have a valuable 1985 penny. Could you have one of these rare bronze-era pennies hiding in your collection? Here's how to find out. Step 1. Look at the date and mint mark. The valuable 1985 bronze penny was minted in Philadelphia. No mint mark. Check if your penny has a D, Denver, or S, San Francisco. Those versions are less likely to be rare. Step 2. Check the color. Normal 1985 pennies have a brighter, lighter copper color. The rare bronze-era coin has a deeper, richer copper tone, similar to pre-1982 pennies. Step 3. Weigh your penny. A regular 1985 penny weighs 2.5 grams. A rare bronze-era penny weighs 3.1 grams. So use a digital scale to check. Step 4. Try magnet test. Zinc pennies, normal 1985 pennies, may have a slight reaction to a magnet. Bronze pennies will not stick to a magnet. This is a great test to identify them. Step 5. Get it certified if you think you have a rare 1985 bronze penny. Send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication that a professional grading service can confirm its rarity and value. Chapter 6. Other valuable 1985 pennies. Even if you don't have the $5 million bronze era, other valuable 1985 pennies exist. Here are some to watch for. 1985 double die penny. Some 1985 pennies have a doubled image on Liberty or the date. Value: $500 to $5,000.1985 off center strike penny. If the design is struck off-center, it could be worth hundreds to thousands. 1985 clip planchet penny. If a piece of the coin is missing due to a minting error, it could be very valuable. The 1985 bronze era penny is proof that even the smallest coins can be worth a fortune. If you have old pennies sitting in a jar, check them today. You might be sitting on a multi-million-dollar treasure. If you love discovering rare and valuable coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another amazing numismatic story. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!